What up, my madness society? It is your host with the most, Shadow Low, back at you with another video. So make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. It's free, it don't cost anything, and you'll be helping my channel out a lot, get into the algorithm. So help a homie out, brother. Now, what I wanted to talk about was Cesar Chavez, because I was asked by one of my northern subscribers if I could do a video on Cesar Chavez. Now, what are my opinions on Cesar Chavez? Well, Cesar Chavez, obviously everyone knows who Cesar Chavez is. He was the voice of the farmer union. He's the one that united it together, got it together, who marched, protest, and fought for, farmers' rights, to increase pay, health insurance, all of that, all the good stuff, you know what I mean? He was an activist, right, for the people, for the, for us to have rights, right? Because it didn't just stop with the farmers union. He was he marched and protested and was an activist against the Vietnam War, for gay rights. He did a lot. He was an activist, bro. He did a lot. Many people just know that he was for the farmer, but he did more than that. You know what I mean? Obviously, coming from Arizona. His family lost their home in Arizona. They moved to Northern California, where they worked in the farm fields. He dropped out in the 8th grade, to help his family, in the fields. Then he went to the Navy, came back, hit the farm fields, and worked his way up. You know what I mean? Then when he was seeing that, they weren't really getting, no rights and no funds, he decided to, get shit together and fight for their rights. He did all that for the raza, my boy. He did all of that. It's the reason we have rights right now, and why people protest and voice their opinions and march. It all started not only with Martin Luther King, but with Cesar Chavez as well. You know what I mean? He's the one that inspired and gave the raza, the fire to fight. It's like people like Martin Luther King and Cesar Chavez, Rosa Parks, and people that make stands. The reason why individuals are motivated to make stands. You owe it all to these great great people. Now, that's Cesar Chavez, what he did and stuff like that. But there's other sides to Cesar Chavez that we're gonna get into right here that is not taught to you and is not really talked about as much. But this is facts. These are true. Although Cesar Chavez did unite the farmers union, and although Cesar Chavez did do all this for the raza, very true, he also protested and fought for stricter immigration laws, for us to make stricter border laws, like that why were so many illegal immigrants coming to this country, that there needs to be a stop to that there's too many illegals here. He used the term wetback as well. And the reason why Cesar Chavez was mad was because he had this farmers workers union, right? Okay, and now new Mexicans are coming in. They're coming, right? And now these people are hiring these new Mexicans because they're willing to work for less money, right? Because they just want anything, an opportunity. So they're willing to work for less. So now Cesar Chavez and his union is getting crippled by that, right? Because these people are willing to work for less and stuff like that. So now these fools are feeling the blow to that, right? And Cesar Chavez is only human, bro. What do I mean by that? Meaning that, as a human being, we kind of tend to give into our personal views and our greed, because it wasn't only Cesar Chavez, but these Hispanics these Mexicans that were in the union as well, these workers were mad and saying that there has to be a stop to this, because these illegal immigrants are now taking their jobs. I know they were now citizens and working and stuff like that, and they were illegal immigrants at one point too and stuff like that, but now they became citizens and they're working here, and now they're losing their jobs to these guys, and they don't like it. And instead of understanding that, well, you were there at one point, that was you guys, you know what I mean, and stuff like that, they only cared about keeping their union going, and they only cared about themselves. Pues Cesar Chavez was trying to protect what he built. He built his empire, and now these people are a threat to his empire. So now he's gonna try to put a stop to that, which makes no sense, right? Because that's raza, you should wanted to support and stuff like that. But he was looking after himself. because humans tend to do that 9 times out of 10. They only care about looking after themselves, you know. Like I said, he's only human, bro. I mean, so yeah, he did that. He was fighting for immigration laws. He was fighting to make stricter border laws and to keep these immigrants away and calling them wetbacks and because they're stealing our jobs. Yes, Cesar Chavez said all of that and did all of that. And yes, he also did unite the raza and stuff like that. But like, as you know, in the beginning, that's how it always starts. In the beginning, people start with a good heart and good actions. You know, they do all of this, and then when they're up on top, my boy, it's almost like they forget what it is to be humble, or they forgot what it is, what got them there, and you know, se creen muy, and you know, I mean, those are the facts, bro. That's the real history. I always come on my thing never to spill lies and stuff like that. I always come on here knowing that people could just research what I'm saying. Those are the facts, bro. So overall, what I think about Cesar Chavez, I think everything he did for the raza, you know, I respect, bro. You know, him getting it together and the reason why, you know, people voice their opinions and fight for our rights. You know, beautiful. But also, I'm very disappointed in him forgetting where he came from, forgetting what it was, and what's, you know, the fire he had, and what motivated him in the beginning, and he lost himself somewhere along the line. He forgot that, you know. Because even when he passed away, whatever, he was still like a voice for stricter immigration laws and stuff like that, and it's like what the hell. But then again, you know, like, you can't just have open borders and letting people look. Immigration policies and immigration thing is a very sensitive subject, and it's very complex, bro. It's very complex because you just can't, you know, well, you could, but people see that you can't. I'll talk. I'm gonna make a video just talking about that, because I feel like I'm gonna steer too much away from the subject of Cesar Chavez if I go down that path. So I think I'll make a separate video for immigration and my thoughts on immigration. You know, but here we're just talking about Cesar Chavez. So overall, he was an activist that fought for a lot of people's rights, gay rights. You know, fought voiced his opinion against war. You know, united the farmers, workers, you know, union, because they were getting paid, you know, fucking bubble gum, a penny, a lint, you know, a paper clip, you know, whatever was in the guy's, you know, remaining pocket. You know, they were getting paid nothing, bro. They were getting paid shit. They had no rights, no insurance, no nothing. You know, they were getting, you know, they were pretty much, you know, it was rough, homie. So you know, his boycotts, his marches, and his protests, you know, because obviously, you know, Northern California has a big, you know, you know, when it comes to like the food industry, you know, the vegetables and stuff like that, it's a lot of the market, right? And it was suffering. It was taking a big blow, and these guys were now feeling it. So, you know, it allowed them to come to the negotiation table and give these people rights and hear them out and work a deal together, pues. You know what I mean? He did that, which, you know, hadn't been, you know, heard of before. So he did that, you know, and he inspired other groups to do the same, and etc. And you know, so he fought for a lot of rights, not just the farmers, but a lot, you know. That's why I say that with Cesar Chavez, you know, yeah, you know, pay the respects, because he was a man who did that, who really did that for the raza, who really was looking out for the raza. His intentions was to, you know, look out for the brown and everything. I believe so. You know what I mean? He's seen what it was when growing up, and then them losing their home and coming over here, and then their family struggling, and him having to drop out of school, and you know, and then him joining the Navy, and then seeing other parts of the world and being inspired of like you know, we should fight for our rights and etc. You know, so he really did that. You know, it's just sad that he forgot all of that. Somewhere along the way, you know, he forgot what it was and everything, you know, and then now he became exactly like these individuals who were trying to oppress the raza and trying to push them out and thinking that they're better than them and etc. You know what I mean? He became that in which he fought against. And I have said that a lot of groups, tend to do that a lot. Like the LTBG, whatever community has done that a lot too. Before, they used to fight that people, because they were being silenced and they weren't able to, express their true feelings, opinions, and stuff like that, right? And that people were trying to force their way of life and stuff like that on them and stuff like that, right? That's what they fought for. And now they became in which what they were fighting, because now you can't say what you really think or your opinion, or you're forcing your stuff now on us and not letting us voice our true opinions and stuff like that. And now you became that. You're trying to silence now these people. You fought because they were trying to silence you. Now you're trying to silence them. You became that in which you were fighting against. A lot of groups tend to, the BLM as well. A lot of groups tend to go, fall down that path where they became that in which they hated. Cesar Chavez, was a victim of that, unfortunately. But he did do a lot of good, and there was a lot of bad. But overall, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Because even though, but I want to say that what he did outbalances, the negative, you know what I mean? Because even though he was fighting for this and that, I mean, everything that he fought for and said is still set in stone, while this is still, it really didn't, nothing really transpired. So, the good overweighed the bad. So I'm not saying that makes it right or nothing like that. I'm just saying that, overall, I think, we still need to give him credit for that, because, he did that. Because if not, who's to say that we would have the rights that we have right now? But I'm just saying, that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? I'm curious, to hear your guys' opinion in the comments, about this subject, and Shadow, we out.